Welcome in. It is day 173, and you're speaking to the Meeples Champion. And today we're going to be going over a game that I first played on Board Game Arena. It was a game that I had heard about but never really had a chance to play. And when me and my friends at the beginning of COVID were starting to play games there, this is one of our most played. Just, hey, we want to play a game a bunch in a row because we don't want to think tonight, or we all are here and we haven't picked a game yet, or we just finished the big game, we have a little extra time, and we wanted to play a game that would take us 10 minutes and it'd be a lot of fun. That game was For Sale. Now, in For Sale, the concept of the game is everybody starts with, I believe it is, 14 money. And then on top of that, there are 30 cards, ranked from 1 to 30. You shuffle the cards and you put out 5 cards. Starting with the start player, you're going to bid at least 1 money, or you can pass. If you pass, you get the lowest number value. If you bid, you've put your bid out, and now the next player goes. You keep going until eventually people start to pass. If somebody passes and they already bid money, they are going to have to lose half of their money rounded up. So if you bid 3 and you end up passing, you're going to get back 1 money, you're going to lose 2, and you get that lowest ranked value card. You keep doing this until the last player, who will get the card and have to give up all the money they bid. Then you move on to the next round. Now, once you've gotten your card, it's face down. So people have to try to mentally remember what card you got. On top of that, your money is hidden. So they don't know, unless they're really keeping track and they're good with math, they're not going to know how much money you have. So you go through all these rounds, and then once all the rounds are done, you get to the point of now using the card you bid for. Now they pull a second deck out. And in this deck, you're going to have point values. Same idea. There's 30 of them. You're shuffling them together. So there's going to be a few zeros in there. There's going to be a few 15s in there. There's going to be some highs, mediums, some lows, but not every number. It's going to be a good balance. You're going to shuffle it, and you're going to place 5 out, and then everybody at once will pick a card and place it face down in front of them. And when it's time, you all reveal, and then based on highest to lowest, whoever has the highest value card bid gets the biggest card on the board. So you go around and you keep doing this every round until everybody has now gotten all of the victory point cards. Then, when everybody's done this, you're going to add all the victory point cards up, as well as any money you had left over, which will each coin counts as a victory point. And you will see who had the most, and they win. In the case of a tie, I believe it's whoever had the highest value card or whoever had the most money left over that gets the tiebreaker. But it's a really simple game. It goes fast. If you're able to really be good with numbers and you can remember and you can track everybody, that's amazing. I can kind of do that, but like very limited. Like I could do it to a player, or I could like keep track of like, I'm going to really keep track of the high cards. So I'll keep track of the top 5 or the bottom 5. But I can't keep track of every card, every piece of money and all that. It's too much. But I think it's one of those games that's just so much fun to play, and I really want to jump right into it. Let's talk about its 7 categories and see where this lands for you and for me. So when it comes to the art, there's not much to it, but the box is nice. I think it's perfectly fine. It actually, in spite of what you may be thinking, it does grab my eyes. It grabbed my eyes in stores. I was thinking about buying it for years, and then when I saw it on Board Game Arena, I jumped at the game because I said, I really want to learn this game. I've seen it for a long time. A friend of mine had also owned it. I didn't know that. So when I mentioned it, he said, oh, well, post-COVID, we can play my version. So we have now a few times. I think that the art in and out of the box is great. It's a thumbs up. The components, so all you have is your cards and your little coins, which are cardboard. Everything's really good quality, no complaints. It's got to be a thumbs up. Your price. This game is extremely available. You're going to find this maybe not often in a Barnes & Noble. I don't actually think I've seen it there, but I do believe I've seen this a lot. Not in your Targets, it's also not available there, but in like your Savers and your Goodwills, those definitely will carry it. And I might have even seen it in Newberry Comics once. It doesn't look like the style game they'd carry, but they carry some weird smaller games sometimes, and I think this was one of them. This one finds its way into weird shelving locations. On top of that, I think it's available in roughly 2 to 3 out of every 5 board game stores. It's out there, and it's online. And the price isn't bad. This is under 30. I think this is a game that is potentially even under 20. It depends on, just like some other games like Welcome To, you can get this in different sizes for the box. You can get smaller stuff, make it more portable, and that all changes the pricing. That being said, I think it's worth the price you pay. It's got to be a thumbs up. Your difficulty. So this is definitely one that I think is perfect for kids and for beginners. But when it comes to those experienced and experts, I think experienced players still like it. I'm not going to make a day out of it. I'm not going to play it every single week. But I think an experienced player can enjoy this game on an occasion, definitely with family and friends. And I think an expert player is going to line right up with them. So I think it's a big thumbs up. It's definitely fine on that difficulty. Replayability, it is definitely about the replayability. Again, this is not a weekly, this is not a monthly, but when you pull it out, which I think I could see this being pulled out seasonally, you pull it out to play it a bunch of times in a row. So it's a huge thumbs up on that replayability. Keys to victory. So what are you looking for? Are you trying to hold out and spend as little money as possible and hopefully get mediocre cards? Are you trying to literally spend no money and keep all 14 for guaranteed points and just take the lowest card every round? Are you looking to go all in and try to spend every single coin you have and see if you can get 2 or 3 of the biggest numbers and be able to dominate when it comes to those bidding rounds? There are keys to victory here, and it's about adjusting. How well is your memory? Can you remember that somebody is out of coins and it's worth bidding the one right now because they're going to have to pass? If you can, that's great. So if there's a lot that comes into this, it's got to be a big thumbs up. Is the game unique? That's an interesting one. I really like the game, and I definitely think of the style game, it's the one I'd get. And while I can't remember all the names, games like Cover Your Assets and other bidding games, even games like, say, Welcome To, they rub up against this in corners of money, getting a card, number value on it. I think it's great, but it's not unique. It's got to be a thumbs down. Overall, what do I think? I think this game Overall, what do I think? I think this game is a fun game. I think this game is one that you can definitely, I recommend play if you have the opportunity. And at its price value, I recommend to just buy it if you have kids, if you like to play with friends and you're not into the bigger games, or if you're into the bigger games but you can't find something to play with your family and you're looking for something that you can get your kids or your wife or your husband to play, jump at this game. I think this is a fantastic add to anybody's collection. But that's just my opinion. It's all up to you. You may not be into the smaller games, or you may be specifically, I already have a small game, I don't need another one. That's fine. Whatever works for you. Well, it has been day 173, and we've been speaking about the game For Sale. And you've been speaking to the Meeples Champion. Like, share, subscribe, and check down below in the description where I'll be adding an Amazon link in case you want to get this game for your collection. Until next time, I'll talk to you tomorrow.